I literally just find some point where we're having a back and forth, and I'm like, yep, there it is. And historically, I've been pretty good at that, so.
That's good. I gotta fucking... I'll let you deal with it. Normally I'd noise gate myself, but we have an editor.
We do have an editor. That is me, editor guy.
Hey, big editor guy, big dick editor guy.
Big dick swinging editor guy.
Big ol', look at that dick on that editor guy.
Jesus Christ.
That's a big dick. I'm gonna shut my door.
Hey everybody, it's Tuesday, July 13th, 2020? Wait, when? Keith, what happened? Didn't we...
Nothing happened. It's just this week's episode.
Oh, okay. Like, nothing ever changed. I'm your host, RJ. With me, as always, is Keith. Say hi, Keith.
Hi, Keith.
And,
I remembered my line.
Yeah, good. That's good. We're off to a hot start.
You feed me my line every week, and I got it.
Nailed it. 10 out of 10.
Nailed it. Hey, you nailed it too. It's like we never took a 3-year break.
That was only like a 2-year break.
Whatever.
With me saying, hey Keith, let's do a podcast like once a month.
Yeah, I don't know what motivated it. I got a need for speed.
Got a need to talk into a microphone for like an hour and a half probably.
I talk into a microphone so much recently, but this is nice. This is different. This is a little different energy. I don't have to worry about video games pissing me off.
And once you're done talking, you don't have to worry about anything else.
I do the social media thing.
Yeah,
I gotta get the Twitter channel back up. Got to repost the website. Got to upload all that shit. Got to figure out how to syndicate the show again.
Yeah, it's fair.
So I done forgot how to do that.
But hey,
which means I have to download iTunes on my fucking computer. So excited.
Let's talk about sports in a world without sports.
Let's talk about we're the heroes you need. We're gonna talk about sports in a world without sports.
I don't know if we're the heroes they need. We're definitely the heroes they deserve, though.
Do they?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they deserve a little bit better.
Probably a little bit better. But this is what you got.
Yeah, this is what you're getting.
So you don't have a choice in the matter because we're going to talk about sports and you're going to fucking listen.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how this is going to roll. So let's talk about some sports.
Let's talk about some sports.
Where do we want
to go first?
I was going to say, who wants to go first? Do we want to talk about Brown stuff first? We want to talk about Bill stuff first?
Let's talk about general NFL stuff first.
Okay. Let's talk about Pat Mahomes getting like the biggest, fattest fucking contract we've ever seen.
Let's talk about Pat Mahomes getting fucking baseball money.
Yeah. It's like, oh, the NFL doesn't do that. It's always 4 or 5 years. No, 10-year extension.
Yeah. 10 year. And then like every single new news story that kept coming out, it was more money.
Yeah. So it's what? Like it's $503 million.
Yeah, it's north of $500 million because they added another like $26 million in incentives.
With it's what? Like, it's like $146 million guaranteed or something like that.
Something like that.
So it's like if he steps in a fucking bucket and breaks his legs to bits tomorrow, he still has $146 million coming to him.
Right, and there's no. I want to see I haven't seen the structure of the contract, but I would like to see the structure of the contract because, like, let's say for instance, something like that does happen,
right?
Where he just like in 2 years into his contract, he just like straight up dies. He's dead.
Well, and then he's not getting the money. Then someone else is getting the money.
Okay, not quite dead, like injured dead. But how difficult would it be to offload that contract?
One would argue if you're offering someone in the NFL a 10-year contract, your goal is to never offload that contract.
I mean, that's the assumption.
And you also have to hope that, like, the salary cap keeps going up, which, guess what? After this year with the lack of, or the supposed lack of ticket sales and stuff, it's probably going down significantly, which is gonna make things fucking interesting.
Yeah, might go down. Well, at least with this contract.
Also, yeah, I guess he's getting an extension, so it still doesn't kick in for 2 years, so he's still on his rookie deal for a little bit longer, so they don't actually have to worry about that for right now.
No, yeah, this extension starts in next season. So they picked up his 5th year and then replaced his 5th year with this extension.
Is that right? I think he's still got 2 more years on his rookie deal.
Well, the notes I have says it extends his contract to 2031.
Right.
So this would have to kick in next year. So
Okay.
this year and then next season, I assume.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
But at least the Chiefs can forecast their budget around Patrick Mahomes for the next 10 years. That's actually probably one of the smartest moves that I've seen. I mean, nobody's ever seen a contract like this in professional football.
Right. And in theory, on the back end, like he's getting paid $10 million more than the next quarterback right now, but further down the line,
he's going to be underpaid.
Yeah, he's going to be underpaid.
At some point in this contract, he's going to be underpaid. And that's another thing that I'm kind of curious is, like, what about 6 years into this contract and he's starting to see those numbers slip, but his production stays about what it is right now? Like, are we talking about restructuring?
Yeah, right.
Because if not, if we are, kind of defeats the purpose of such a long extension. Because, like, that's not, you're kind of not able to forecast. Like, it's not as concrete of a forecast as one would believe.
Well, yeah,
because we see football players restructure all the time.
I think a large part of it is just like showing good faith of like, hey, motherfucker, you've already gotten an MVP and won us a Super Bowl, and we want you here. So
yeah, you're our guy. Just throw 50 touchdowns this year.
Yeah,
again,
and next year and every year for the rest of your career.
Right, because you're never going anywhere.
Yeah. And make some of them... I wonder if there are any incentives for left-handed throws.
Or, like, no-look passes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, if you throw left-handed, you get $100,000.
Yeah.
If you throw a touchdown left-handed, I don't know, we'll suck your nut.
But just the one.
Just the one.
You got to no-look left-handed for both nuts.
Yep, that's it. And it's
Haven't you people missed this quality content?
We are professional.
Shit you won't get anywhere else.
Oh, 100%. We're definitely the most unique sports brand.
But anyways, you were saying.
I forgot what I was saying. Oh, it's interesting to see the progression of Patrick Mahomes throughout the last 3 years. Obviously he sat for pretty much all of 2017,
Yep.
2018. Fucking bonkers year. Technically his rookie year. I consider 2018 his rookie season because he had one regular season game his rookie year.
Yeah, but he still had like a year in the league, in the system with Andy Reid, so...
Yeah. Andy Reid is kind of a cheat code, man.
Yeah.
I was so happy for Andy Reid last year. He got screwed with that Eagles team.
Yeah.
That he went to the Super Bowl with. He should have won a Super Bowl with that team.
I mean, and there are very few coaches that you can look at and be like, oh, he deserves this, but Andy Reid definitely, like, fucking deserved a Super Bowl.
Oh, 100%. And he deserves more. I think they got a couple more in the pipeline. I don't know the stability of the roster in Kansas City right now, but you got a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, you're always going to be a threat.
Well, yeah, and then they're like wide receivers to go along with it, because speed, like, it's like, oh, defense wins championships. It's like, yeah, but speed fucking kills you guys.
Right, and that was kind of where I was going to lead the conversation a little bit. Was I kind of already know your opinion based off that statement, but like Travis Kelce's coming up, you're about to have to pay him.
Yeah, again.
And Tyreek Hill, you're about to have to pay him.
I wonder if they take team-friendly deals.
Yeah, do they take team-friendly deals so they can stay together, or if the team has to prioritize? I feel like if the team has to prioritize, they're going to go with speed.
Yeah.
Because Tyreek Hill offers something to Pat Mahomes that not many receivers can. He can outrun Pat's arm.
It's true.
So it gives Pat Mahomes the ability to stretch the field the way he is. You need a fast receiver to do that, so you can do that quickly. Because you can't let Pat Mahomes is an athletic dude, but you don't want him to get beat up in the pocket.
Yeah.
So a lot of his good throws, a lot of his deep throws downfield, it's surprising how little time he spends in the pocket to make that connection because Tyreek Hill's just so fast.
Yeah.
He especially when he plays that inside leverage and then breaks outside and the corners on their the moment he gets a corner on their heels, he just runs straight. It's fine.
Yeah. Well,
it's fine.
And you also have to think, like, right now, they just drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire out of LSU. Mm-hmm. So they've got fresh young running back talent who might quietly be the best running back in the draft because he had Joe Burrow throwing 50 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, they're not at a phase where a couple years ago they would have had to start worrying about paying, let's say, Kareem Hunt. So they do have, a little bit of wiggle room on that front.
Right.
As far as, like, who they've got to pay. And I think, like, Sammy Watkins, I think, is making, like, $9 million with them right now. I could see them letting him walk.
Well, I think didn't Sammy just get a restructure?
I'm not sure.
Let me double check.
I feel like he's also been flirting with retirement at this point already.
Yeah, I saw that in the news recently that I think he just got a restructure.
I mean,
because he had a breakout postseason.
Yeah.
So it's like, why not pay him a little bit more?
Sammy Watkins is a very talented wide receiver. He did not do shit. Well, he did shit in Buffalo, but he didn't do the shit we needed him to do.
No, yeah, he's still on that $9 million deal for 2020.
Okay.
He in 2021 he's a unrestricted free agent.
So and again, really they don't have to worry for at least another year or so on Mahomes because he is still on that rookie deal. So they got time to figure out where their money is going. But then they've got to pay like Tyrann Mathieu too. Like you got to think about the defensive side of that situation also.
Yeah, they're definitely built to compete. They're built to compete over the next couple of seasons.
Yeah.
Where I expect to see, if not a repeat, or you're going to see him in the championship in the next couple of years.
And then certainly.
And then we'll see kind of where the money goes. But yeah, that contract in general, it's phenomenal for somebody because I like Patrick Mahomes. He's a nice guy. And he's a wonderful quarterback. I'm glad he got paid. It's interesting to see a contract like that in the NFL.
Yeah.
Because NFL players don't have the longevity that baseball players do, so it's more risk to stamp 10 years on a guy in a contact sport than it is Big Papi with the Boston Red Sox who played until he was 60.
I wonder if there's language in there that's like, all right, Pat, also no more running around like you usually do, because
and you're no speaking or walking during the off season.
Yeah. Just shut up.
I don't want you to break your ankles, and you sound like a Muppet.
It's true. Lady Pat Mahomes is a smoke show, though. I think
Lady Pat Mahomes is fire. I want to date that woman. I'd date Patrick Mahomes as he is now.
Pat, you got sisters?
Yeah, right. If they look anything like you, you're a very pretty woman.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 would sign up for that 10-year deal, if you know what I mean.
Hey, marriage isn't my thing, but I dig it.
Yeah. Well, it's a contract extension. We can restructure at some point.
Sure.
All right. Well, speaking of championships and sustainability, let's switch gears over to a different quarterback and talk about Cam Newton and his sudden and unexpected emergence with I guess it's not that unexpected. It's like it's the most Patriots fucking move.
Yeah, I called it.
Like, the Pats continue to be the Pats in finding unbelievable value. Like, they're paying the man like $1 million with like $6 million in incentives because they have like $14 worth of cap space.
Yeah, they gave him a league minimum because there's a big question mark on Cam right now, and
he's not Jameis Winston though.
He's not Jameis Winston, but
that man's got an MVP to his name.
That was also like 5 years ago.
Yeah, well,
it's been a minute.
Jameis Winston's got a 30 for 30 special, and it's his touchdown to interception ratio.
Oh, that's a good one.
Anyways, not my original joke, but I've definitely seen it around.
As long as you give it credit to somebody that isn't you.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about to me with the Patriots signing Cam Newton is I've made this comment to you several times. Cam Newton sitting in free agency for as long as he did pretty much said that he's not as good as 60 something other quarterbacks in the league, which I found just to be laughable. I've never been a big fan of Cam Newton, but not because of like his off-field issues. Most of it has to do with his play. But he's smart, he's talented, he's physical, and he has a cannon of an arm. He just can't hit shit anything. He just can't hit shit past 30, 40 yards. No big deal. You can work with that. And Carolina's always worked with that.
Yeah.
To the point of where they've gotten MVP, regular season MVP, a 15-1 season, a Super Bowl appearance, like all this fucking cool shit. And then because he's had a season and a half on the bench because of injuries that were mismanaged by the Panthers organization, it has nothing to do with Cam. Cam had said for weeks, I'm hurt. And it wasn't until he released, like he went on his YouTube channel and was like, yeah, I got this really nasty foot injury that I got to get surgery for. They're like, oh shit, IR.
Yeah.
Like, the team completely mismanaged his injuries, and that dropped his stock, like,
dramatically. That
much?
Yeah.
Like, dude, Teddy Bridgewater, I love Teddy Bridgewater, but Teddy Bridgewater played as the backup for Drew Brees, and he had a winning period with leading that Saints offense that kept the Saints competitive for postseason later that season.
But is Teddy Bridgewater a better quarterback than Cam Newton?
But is Teddy Bridgewater a better quarterback than Cam Newton? The only sample size we have of Teddy Bridgewater is his arguably successful tenure with the Vikings before a very serious injury, and then this little sample size we had with the Saints when Drew Brees got hurt.
Right.
And
and Carolina doesn't have Michael Thomas.
Right, and Carolina doesn't have Michael Thomas. Carolina doesn't have really anybody right now, and Teddy got paid. I'm glad Teddy got paid, but that Cam Newton didn't. Like Cam Newton, and then the Patriots did that Patriots thing where they're just like, we're just gonna wait until everybody says no, so it tanks his value. We can sign him for a minimum and free up $7 million of our own cap space.
Yeah,
which is exactly what they did. And now the Patriots have cap, and they have a potentially. The AFC North, or the AFC East rather, has gotten interesting again.
Right. Well, I mean, I would argue that it was getting interesting already, and that change is pretty interesting, and that the Bills dominating would have been great. Well, the reason why I say it's gotten interesting is because I thought the Bills were gonna sit in that division now with Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay. I thought the Bills were just gonna run that division for a bit. And yeah, I thought so too. It was fun to think about.
Yeah, Bill Belichick had other plans for you, sir.
Yeah, fucking asshole.
It's the most fucking Patriots thing on the planet. How dare you, Patriots, land an MVP caliber fucking quarterback for $1 million on a 1-year contract? Fuck you.
Right.
Like.
And I mean,
I gotta play your asses once a year too. Fuck you.
I was gonna say, I think as much as we both love our teams and like our quarterbacks, I think we can both safely say Cam Newton is probably a better quarterback than who we've got under center right now.
Yeah, at least at this stage of their careers, 100%.
Yeah.
We can talk about our quarterbacks later. We probably are, but it's. Yeah, when there was rumors,
unless Josh Allen keeps improving like 9% a season, like he did between year 1 and year 2 in completion percentage.
Yeah, and if Baker Mayfield just goes out and remembers how to play quarterback, that'd be nice.
It's pretty important.
Yeah, like I said, we'll get to that conversation. But when Cam Newton was still sitting in free agency, there was rumors that the Browns were interested, and I believe they were interested. I think everybody in the league was interested in Cam Newton. Minus your big dudes like, the Saints. The Saints don't need Cam Newton.
Right.
Fucking the Chiefs, they don't need Cam Newton.
Right.
The Jaguars, they don't know how to sign quarterbacks, so they didn't think they needed Cam Newton. The Bears didn't need Cam Newton because they just got Nick Foles from, the Jaguars.
Speaking of big dicks.
Yeah, speaking of big dicks, that's also another interesting story that is the rise and immediate fall of Mitch Trubisky, my dude, my guy. He represented Carolina. He represented Carolina so good, and then he turned out to be a quarterback from UNC. Nobody's good from UNC. Okay, no. If you're not a skill position, you're not going to succeed in the next level coming out of UNC Chapel Hill. It just doesn't happen. But I digress. It's made the AFC East look like it's going to be a shit show all over again, because I feel like the Patriots have the perfect head coach to deal with Cam Newton. And when I say deal, I mean scheme for him.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, on one hand, the Patriots don't have a ton of weapons, but you got to think, like, they're getting...
Don't fucking need them.
Yeah. Like you were saying, they're very scheme heavy, and on top of that, it's like, I mean, they still have Mohamed Sanu. They've still got N'Keal Harry coming back from injury, on a rookie deal.
Yeah,
they've still got Edelman.
They still got Edelman. They still got their running back dude.
Yeah, they still got Sony Michel.
Yeah, still got Sony Michel, and they still have one of the best secondaries in the league. Like, nobody from that secondary went anywhere.
Yeah, right. Because they re-signed McCourty, and Gilmore's still under contract.
Yep. So they got the McCourty twins. Gilmore's still under contract.
They did lose Kyle Van Noy, which I think is pretty significant. But
yeah. I was just about to say the front seven, a little shakier than the secondary, but this is 2020 NFL. Secondary wins football games.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Belichick and the D coordinators that are now head coaches on other teams, it's always cornerback first.
Mm-hmm. And if you happen to get a bang edge rusher or like a good,
except for that whole Fitzpatrick trade.
Yeah, that.
Except maybe that one.
Yeah, that
was a choice. That was a choice.
Yeah, that was a choice. Sometimes I question some decisions that are made, especially the Dolphins. They just need to get some help.
Yeah. Well, they've got Kyle Van Noy now.
They got Kyle Van Noy now,
and Shaq Lawson. So
I'm just glad they didn't fire their head coach after last season.
Well, I mean, he fucked around and won like 5 games.
Yeah, because it's like, hey, we tried to offload this entire team off this roster, and you still won games. How dare you?
Yeah, like
you're hired.
You gotta realize, like, they still didn't have the number 1 overall pick. That still went to Cincinnati, who doesn't know how to win games anymore.
Yeah, I think Joe Burrow is going to be handicapped going to Cincinnati.
Oh, of course he is. It's fucking Cincinnati. You got to be handicapped to live there. I didn't say that.
Wow.
That's staying in.
It can't. It fucking can't.
You think Joe Burrow is going to be handicapped going into Cincinnati?
Yeah, 100%. It's not a team that's desirable to play for right now.
Well, no. I mean, it sounds like it's literally just there to make money for the owners from what I've heard described of them. They don't have an indoor practice facility, and they're in Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's fucking insane that a team in the northern part of the country...
You're in the Rust Belt, boys.
Yeah, you're in the Rust Belt. Get an indoor practice facility. Like, the Browns have 2. They're like, it's so cold, we doubled up.
Yeah.
Fucking...
And the Bills just spent, like, $10 bajillion rebuilding their whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Cole Beasley was like, this is better than anything I ever had in Dallas, and Dallas is well fucking regarded.
Right. Yeah, Dallas has, quote-unquote, the most state-of-the-art facilities in the NFL.
Not no more.
Jerry World is a mecca of football. I'm not a big fan. Side tangent, I don't like the trend of everything becoming indoor stadiums.
Well, then you'll love New Era Field.
Yeah, every new stadium that's being built. The Raiders' new stadium, the Rams/Chargers' new stadium.
Let's be fair. Can you imagine playing outside in Las Vegas?
I mean, they played outside in L.A.
Yeah, but L.A. is, like, nice. It's not going to be, like, 120 degrees.
Fucking the Vikings played outside forever. It's cold as shit.
Well, yeah.
The Bills play outside. The Browns play outside. The Patriots play outside. Fucking the Texans play outside. Do the Texans play outside? No, they play in a dome.
No, they play in a dome.
Houston plays in a dome. Yeah, weather's part of the game, dog. And
you just want to see a football explode because it's so goddamn hot out.
Look, man, I want to see some dudes in black jerseys playing in desert heat.
Oh God,
call me a sadist.
Yeah, a sadist. I guess that's technically the more accurate term.
No, the ones that enjoy playing football outside in the black jerseys, they're the masochists.
Right.
I'm just trying to facilitate their needs and desires as a human.
I'm just trying to encourage their demise. That's all. Yeah.
Who told you?
But anyways, Cam and the Pats, I think, definitely took them from, okay, New England's gonna suck now. All we've got is Jared Stidham, to like legitimately being a threat again.
Yeah, who the fuck is Jared Stidham?
I guess he's going into his sophomore season now.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Cam Newton. He the truth. Patriots to the Super Bowl.
Just, I want to know what Cam's attire looks like now that he's in New England. If they're going to make him tone that down, or if we're still going to get funny grandma hats.
Oh, we're going to get funny grandma hats, but in the winter in Foxborough. So it's going to be like funny grandma, like, ski caps. And funny grandma scarves, but not like the style scarves he wore in Carolina. Like legitimate, like, fucking scarves and jumpers.
Funny grandma knitted hats?
Yeah. With like a little rhinestone patriot on the front of it.
Oh, I was going to say with a little ball on top.
Yeah, a little poof ball.
A little poof ball.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, a couple of things around the league that I wanted to touch on is just because it's generally interesting to me. Terrell
again.
Terrell Pryor is eyeing a comeback.
Oh yeah,
after he's been out forever. And of course he talked to the Patriots.
Of course he did.
But I don't think he won't be much of a threat. He did fine with Cleveland, and he did okay with the Jets and got cut, and then ultimately didn't do anything. So we'll see what comes of that.
Didn't he play, like, he was a wide receiver who was a former quarterback, right?
Yeah, he was a former quarterback that played with Oakland, and then he transitioned to wide receiver when Cleveland signed him. Cleveland signed him as a quarterback and then convinced him to transition to receiver, and then he had a 1,000-yard season.
Can you imagine if he signs with the fucking Patriots and they just have him as a gadget quarterback and, like, Cam Newton's going deep, like, playing tight end?
Ugh.
Yeah.
They might actually be able to do the Philly special.
God, get the fuck out of here.
Tom Brady tried his best.
Oh, you mean the Billy special from the Houston playoff game?
You mean the Cleveland special from Baker Mayfield's first regular season game?
Yeah, well, it doesn't rhyme, so
everybody's done it. It's not special anymore. It's not special. Okay.
Well, I mean, technically, you guys did it left-handed, so
we did do it well because we had Jarvis Landry, who's left-handed. Yeah. So it's special to us. The other thing around the league that I wanted to touch on, because it's one of my favorite positions in the NFL, wide receivers.
Yeah.
Not wide receivers.
Oh.
Running backs.
Yeah.
NFL.com released their top 32 running backs heading into the 2020 season.
Boy,
guess who's number one? Give you one guess.
Saquon?
No.
Zeke?
No.
Nick Chubb.
CMC, dog.
Oh,
Run CMC, man.
Duh.
1,300 yards, 1,000 yards receiving, fucking 19 touchdowns.
Well, he's not really a running back. He's just a fucking offensive weapon.
Yeah, he's literally the best. He's the best skill position player to be drafted in a while.
Yeah.
He's madness. Second was Zeke, so you were close.
Okay.
Third was Nick Chubb, but the reason why I bring this up is because, surprisingly, Saquon, number 6. Now, he didn't have a great season last year.
Who'd they put between Nick Chubb and Saquon?
Alvin Kamara and Joe Mixon.
Okay, I could see Kamara potentially being in there. Joe Mixon's kind of a weird one.
Joe Mixon is kind of a weird one. I feel like Kamara was a weird one, too, because Saquon Barkley.
You would almost think Saquon and Kamara would be in opposite positions in that lineup.
Exactly. Saquon Barkley started 13 games or played 13 games last year. He got 1,000 yards rushing, 6 touchdowns, and like 400 yards receiving. Alvin Kamara played one more game, but only got 790 yards rushing and 500 yards receiving, and only 6 touchdowns total. Like, it's statistically, Saquon seemed to have had a better year.
Well, so as a pure running back, but Kamara's a dual threat like that, like a proper dual threat.
He only got 100 more receiving yards than Saquon, and Saquon got one more receiving touchdown. So and played in one less game. So I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, so it's a bad list. Okay.
Yeah, it was interesting to me, and then the leading rusher in the league was 7th. Derrick Henry down at 7. So I know there's some progression, there's some forecasting going on here. Like, it's not just how good they were last year, it's how good we think they are going to be this year. But there's some, like, Joe Mixon. Get the fuck out of here, Joe Mixon. Nobody even knows who you are.
And I'm willing to bet there almost wasn't a Bills running back on the entire list.
I mean, I assume there had to be, because there's 32. I think it's the starting running back for every team and how they rank. Let's see. Devin Singletary was 16th.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad, especially for his
for a rookie year.
Yeah, for his rookie year and the numbers he put up, because he only played 12 games technically.
Yeah.
Let's see where it goes. I like Devin Singletary. I think he's going to do well.
Still had fewer carries than Frank Gore did.
Yep. Grease.
Yeah, Grease. Fuck.
But from around the league, that's pretty much all I got.
Okay. I got a couple more things before we get into like our personal stuff.
Hey.
Let's talk about the Redskins name change, which this morning was officially announced that they are going to be retiring the Redskins from the name. They have not yet announced a new name, but they have announced that they will officially no longer be the Redskins.
Dan Schneider's a coward.
Jesus Christ.
Look, I support the name change. Don't get me wrong. But how often over the past decade did we hear Dan Schneider, it's never going to happen.
It's never
changing the name. Never. He used the word never.
Several times.
And sponsors start pulling out. Opinions and ideas start changing. FedEx, Nike, we don't really want to play with you guys anymore. It's kind of racist.
Well, apparently the FedEx deal for the field naming rights wasn't even that big. I was listening to
it's like $7 million.
Yeah, something like that. $7 million a year.
Mm. Yeah, that wasn't even that big of a deal, but it hurts your marketability.
Right.
If you can't hold sponsors, what other sponsors are going to want to come play nice? I'm for it. I just hope the name is funny. We don't have enough meme teams in the NFL.
You just want them to be the potatoes.
Redskin potatoes. Come on. Like Little Reds. I love those things. Like when they're playing in the summer,
I had
like
potato salad last night.
when they're playing in the summer, or like the hot parts of southeastern, well, I guess technically they're more like middle eastern part of the country. It still gets pretty warm in the DC area. Like we could call them like the baked potatoes.
Fuck.
Here come the roasted Reds, dog.
Jesus Christ.
But some of the names, I like the Red Wolves. I think that's interesting.
I saw the logo that somebody mocked up for that, and I thought it was actually pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't know somebody mocked up a Red Wolf.
Yeah. It's like an R, but it's a wolf face, kind of.
Oh yeah, no, that's pretty sick. And they can keep the color schemes.
And the howl at the stadium. Oh
yeah. So you don't have to change too much. But also, I think they should seriously consider just like full dumping everything, the colors, the fucking everything.
I don't know if they can change the color scheme
and just reinvent the team. Houston did it.
Oh, did they? Houston was an expansion team. The Oilers went to Tennessee and kept most of the colors.
Well, yeah, that's more of what I meant, was like the Tennessee Oilers to the Tennessee Titans.
Well,
they
were the Houston Oilers.
Yeah, and then they moved to Tennessee, and they were the Tennessee Oilers for a little bit.
Oh, were they? Okay. I didn't know they kept the name for a bit.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure they changed it immediately. I'm not that up on my Tennessee lore, other than that was a forward fucking pass.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
You can't change my mind.
Quit being a child about it.
You can't take the sky from me.
Yeah, from the 2007 or the 97 to 98 season, they were Tennessee Oilers for the name change.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm smart.
I believed you. I just, like I said, well, I wasn't up on it personally.
Yeah. The only reason I know that is because back when I was a kid, that was the first time. That was my first experience with like a team moving that I was alive for, and it confused me because my NFL Game Day 97 and my NFL Game Day 98 video games had different Oilers teams, and I was confused.
You're like,
Because
what's this?
Yeah, because the 97 was the 96 season where they're the Houston Oilers, and 98 was the 97 season where they're the Tennessee Oilers. And I was like, I didn't know the fucking teams could just move. Like, doesn't somebody own these things? And then
yes, actually.
Yeah.
That's why they move.
And then I started looking into the history of the Browns, and now I hate the Ravens. Because those are our Super Bowls.
Except
You pricks.
Except they're not.
They were won with Browns rosters, okay? Shut up.
Yeah, 05. Big win for the Browns.
They won Super... What? It was in 2000.
Yeah, 05. Wasn't it the 05 Ravens team that Ray Lewis went out on? Where Flacco got his Super Bowl?
No, that was 2012.
What? No.
Yeah, the Ravens' first Super Bowl was in 2000.
We're trying to be professionals here. We got to stop trying to guess at stuff. Or
I'm not guessing. I'm looking at it right now.
I got to stop guessing at stuff.
I'm literally looking at it.
All right.
2000 Baltimore Ravens won Super Bowl 35 against the Giants.
We were still deep in the delves of mediocrity, so I kind of...
Yeah, that was the first Ray Lewis Super Bowl, and that was literally a Browns roster because that was a year after they fucking moved.
Oh, well.
Or like 4 years after they moved or whatever. God damn it. My Super Bowl. Anyways, I digress.
We do that sometimes. So we've got no idea. You want to see a full overhaul. I think they've got to keep the colors because, as has been pointed out on other shows, like, you got to think about the man caves of the people who have been Redskins fans all this time and what they fucking look like. And if you're like, nope, you got to redo your whole decor now.
That seems like a good way to sell merch to me.
Well, sure.
Yeah, and there's plenty of people that are just like, I'm always going to wear my Redskin t-shirts and stuff like that.
Change it to the Washington Apaches.
Yeah. I think we should just get away from naming sports teams after groups of people.
Oh, you mean the Blackhawks?
In general.
Yeah.
The only team in the NFL that should be named after a group of people is the Browns, and it's literally named after a person.
Well, it's also the Packers.
Yeah, the Packers are fine. Well, you pack stuff, cool.
Yeah, for the meat packers.
Yeah, fucking meat packers.
Hey now,
hot.
You're an all-star.
Transition.
Yeah, let's talk about one more NFL-wide thing that is also COVID-related. New
COVIDs.
Yeah, new rules have come out.
You can't say COVID on YouTube.
What?
You can't say COVID on YouTube. They'll demonetize you.
Oh yeah, because we're monetized level.
You never know.
Also, I think you're fucking with me.
I'm not.
What?
YouTube has been backdoor shadow banning videos that mention coronavirus or COVID-19 by name.
What the hell?
Yeah, it projects a negative image. They want to maintain positive, advertiser-friendly bullshit.
Oh my god. Well, listen, we're almost an hour into this already, so I'm pretty sure we can get away with it. Actually, we're probably only like 45 minutes in because we bullshitted for a while. And I think we started at about the 15-minute mark. But hey, you guys don't know that.
Yeah, little behind-the-scenes tidbit.
Well, inside baseball.
Yep.
Inside football.
A little big dick editor energy.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, so the NFL has banned jersey swaps and like hanging out at the end of games, which is about the dumbest shit I've ever heard because they can still beat the shit out of each other for 60 minutes. And I'm pretty sure when you get a 10-man pile up, you're going to have more stuff touching than a jersey swap at the end of the game.
It's a contact sport.
Yeah. There's
gonna be contact. You can't social distance football, dog. Like,
no, you can't.
It's an hour. There's an hour of time. You know, the games are like 16 hours, but they only play for like 20 minutes. There's an hour of time where they're just gonna be banging into each other like giant fucking bags of meat. Like, it's fine. Let them swap jerseys. Let them fucking kiss each other. Like, it's fine. I don't understand what the NFL is. It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm 100% on board with you. Like, I don't know what the NFL is trying to accomplish.
Well, I think it actually came. Well, I think the NFL proposed it, but the NFLPA signed off on it.
Yeah, I think it's for optics.
Oh, it's absolutely for optics.
Yeah, it's the same reason why, like during the Major League Soccer introductory tournament where they reopened operations, like before and after the game, the players were required to wear face masks, but during the game they weren't.
Okay.
And it's just like, okay, that's fine, I guess. You know, soccer may not be a contact sport, but there is contact. You can't socially distance while playing soccer.
Yeah, you can't really socially distance while playing anything except like baseball.
Baseball, yeah. And league change for the MLB. You have to take a mandatory 6-foot lead off the bag when you're on base to maintain social distancing.
That's not that bad. It's only 2 steps.
Yeah, you literally tag up, look at the ref, and go, I'm taking my 2 steps, and then you fucking good to go.
Yeah, I mean, unless they're going to make the NFL where you can only play 5 wide, and, like...
Yeah,
you can't...
It's the mandatory...
You got to count to 7 before rushing the passer.
Yeah, no offensive line. We're doing it schoolyard style. Like, or we can do it Canadian football, where, like, the lines... Like the offensive and defensive line up like 4 yards, like a yard apart from each other instead of on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
That way you at least have 3 feet, and then they run into each other and completely ruin the concept.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there because that was news as of like Friday, and it's stupid. It's just stupid.
Yeah, it's big dumb.
All right, let's get into our personal stuff. You want to go first on personal stuff? You want me to go first on personal stuff?
I can go first. I'll start with the thing of least interest, but it's still mildly interesting. So the Browns restructured Olivier Vernon's contract.
Okay, that sounds smart.
Saved us a little cap space. He was due to make $15 million guaranteed because he signed that big offer from the Giants when we traded for him.
Right. So
we restructured him down to $11 million, but we gave him a lot of money up front. Like, he got a $7 million signing bonus, three and some change in base salary, and then some workout bonus and incentives. So we paid a lot of the money up front.
Mm-hmm.
So it won't directly affect our cap when we start having to re-sign big names next year.
Well, that's good.
And Olivier obviously appreciated it. He signed it because, like, literally none of his contract that we got from New York was guaranteed. Uh-huh. So it's like, last year he probably didn't make a lot of money because he was hurt a lot of the year last year. So now it's just like, hey man, we want you to hang out because we want the tandem of Olivier Vernon and Myles Garrett because that just sounds juicy. But we're just going to pay you most of your money up front, and then you just leave us alone and go sack people.
Right.
And it's like, okay, sounds good. So now we've locked down our ends. We got Myles Garrett coming back. Please stop trying to murder people. Pittsburgh started it. And then we got Olivier Vernon on the other side.
Pittsburgh did absolutely start it.
I have the T-shirt. It's probably one of the best. That T-shirt was fucking expensive, by the way.
I believe it. Wasn't it like $35 or something?
It was like $30 because it was like this bougie fucking Browns apparel thing in Cleveland. I had to order it from Cleveland, and it was like $30.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like, fucking A. And like how fucking.
Is it at least good quality?
Oh, it's probably one of the most comfortable shirts I've ever worn.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
you're getting something out of it then.
It's like, if I don't know what Versace feels like. I don't know what Gucci feels like.
You don't know.
Wait,
What was that first one?
Versace.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
I don't know what those shirts feel like, but I feel like I'm wearing a Gucci shirt.
Okay. Fair enough.
That says Pittsburgh started it in big orange letters because they fucking started it. And now look at you, Mason Rudolph. Got a whole career of being mediocre in front of you.
Well, once Big Ben retires.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because now he's back to being a backup.
Hell yeah.
So
the other big thing is, evidently David Njoku's not happy. Asked his agent for a trade.
saw that.
Not surprised. We kind of signed one of the best tight ends in the league.
Is that Austin
free
Hooper?
agency? Yeah, but I like the idea of 2 tight end sets with Austin Hooper as like your consistent force at tight end, and then Njoku's this fucking freak athlete.
See, I can't get dates right in this podcast, but god damn it, I'll get those names correct.
Hell yeah. Who needs dates? I don't even know what today is.
I haven't been on a date in years.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Neither have I. That's because me and the spousal unit don't do shit. I'm bummed. I'm bummed. We had just announced in April that the Browns, we're gonna pick up Njoku's 5th-year option and pay him $6 million. But then we signed Austin Hooper to a 4-year, $44 million deal.
Yeah.
So I think Njoku feels like he's going to be second fiddle, which he probably is. But we haven't seen a lot out of Njoku that... I like him. I like him as a player. He's a freak athlete. He has dick for hands, and he can't stay healthy.
Yeah. Wait, is dick for hands good or bad?
Bad.
Oh, okay.
Bad. Have you ever tried to catch a ball with your dick?
You make a fair point.
Shit sounds difficult, even if you haven't tried.
It does.
In all fairness, last year he did get a pretty severe concussion, missed some significant play time. But in 2018, he had 50-plus receptions, 600 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. He's a good red zone target. He's big, he's huge, and he can run. But if we can get that out of Austin Hooper, who's a proven commodity, I don't know. I like the idea of having them both, but if he wants to get traded, then fucking fine. I won't be too mad at him. Go get your money, bud.
Yeah.
I think especially with Kevin Stefanski, I think this is a scheme, this is a system that can support the stars that are on the roster. I don't think we're at a point where it's wise for us to be offloading talent when we haven't had a winning season since ever. We've had 2 winning seasons since the Browns have come back to existence.
Jeez.
So either 2 or 3.
That's rough, bud.
Yeah, so I mean, whatever. I guess he ain't happy, and I ain't happy that he ain't happy, but it is what it is. But I'm happy we have Austin Hooper. So in fairness, he can go wherever the fuck he wants because Austin Hooper is arguably better.
Yeah. Bring him to Buffalo.
And then, yeah, I mean, fuck it. Y'all need a tight end, right?
We got Dawson Knox and Sweeney's pretty good, and Lee Smith can block, so we're pretty set.
Oh, okay. Well, and yeah, he can go somewhere else. He can go to the Chiefs.
Yeah, great.
Travis Kelce can teach that man how to catch.
Probably would.
Yeah. And then the last thing is, can I trust Baker Mayfield?
That's the $45 million 10-year extension question.
Yeah, interesting question. that has an interesting answer. Not from me though. I'm not smart enough to make an interesting answer. I have an easy answer. Freddie Kitchens sucks, and he ruined Baker, and now everybody doesn't like him as much as they did, even though he broke rookie records, and everybody seems to have forgot that happened only 2 years ago. He played in a bad scheme, and I yelled about it all fucking year, and
we didn't record a single moment of you yelling about it.
And we didn't record a single moment of it. Like, this is a quarterback that went from the 4th best passer rating in the league. Okay? He was like a 108 and some change in 2018 to literally looking like he looked like a fucking lost kid last season.
Mm-hmm.
And I think because Baker Mayfield,
at least he wasn't seeing ghosts.
He was not seeing ghosts. Yeah. Is that a side effect of mono?
Yes. Yeah, if you get mono, you become a medium.
Got you. So, Sixth Sense is one of the side effects of mono that I was unaware of.
Yep.
Also, his liver almost exploded or something.
Well, that's bad.
Or is this kidneys or something? Yeah, that's why he didn't. When he started to feel healthy, he didn't go back out in the field immediately, because his kidney, or either his liver or his kidneys were still inflamed from the mono.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, if you take a bad hit, like, you could legit die. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna hang out.
I'm gonna not do that.
Sam Darnold don't need to throw no balls. It's cool. But in 2018, he went from the fourth by the passer rating metric, the 4th best quarterback in the league, to looking like a lost child. And I 100% blame Freddie Kitchens and Odell being injured, or not necessarily injured, but less than 100%.
Didn't he have a sports hernia for the entire year?
Yeah, he played through a sports hernia the entire year. And that's the other frustrating thing about last year, is because you understand this just as much as I do. There's a lot of hype around the Cleveland Browns, but they're still seen as the Browns, so nobody gives them the benefit of the doubt.
I don't know. You had plenty of primetime games.
Well, I meant after the games are played.
Okay, sure.
So, and I'm sure you can sympathize being a Bills fan, because you're not even given the benefit of the doubt.
Well, yeah. They're finally starting to. We've got like 4 primetime games and a couple that could get flexed.
Yeah. But Odell Beckham, everybody was like, oh, he had such a down season. He had a down season. Odell Beckham played almost the entire year with a sports hernia and still had a 1,000-yard season. So, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. Like, yeah, it wasn't what we're used to seeing out of Odell, but he was still solid for the offense, and Jarvis was solid at picking up Odell's slack, because there was obviously slack. This is the first time in forever Cleveland's had 2 receivers go over 1,000 yards, and I was super stoked on that, no matter how bad the play was. But Freddie Kitchens was trying to be cute. He was trying to be cute all fucking season, doing these fucking gadget plays, these design runs and throws from Odell and Jarvis. Like, those are cool every so often, but because it worked a couple of times last year in 2018, Freddie Kitchens was like, that's my whole offense. Right. We run the ball with Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's going to get 1,400 yards, which he did. And I'm pissed at Derrick Henry, because Derrick Henry had one breakout game at the end of the season to knock my man off the rushing leaderboard from 1st to 2nd. That is Nick Chubb's rushing title. He's going to win it this year. Fuck you, Derrick Henry. And so we're just going to run the ball forever with Nick Chubb. And then Odell is going to throw instead of Baker Mayfield.
And that's going to be the new offense?
And that was the new offense. Yeah. And Baker Mayfield's numbers suffered because of it, because he never had any outs. He was always scrambling or always looking for some kind of way to extend a play, because we're doing all these really weird spread concept, fucking everybody just run straight, give the ball to Nick Chubb kind of deals. Or we're trying to, just play like 2 to 5 yard dink and dunk ball. But the problem was the offensive line wasn't quite up to the task. And Baker Mayfield was still they gave Baker Mayfield too much responsibility too quickly. I think Baker's smart. I think he's athletic. I think he's a good quarterback. I think they gave him way too much responsibility too early in that offense. Although the season prior was just as bad as 2019, Baker Mayfield was a lot more comfortable. This offense was schemed a lot simpler. It was still the full offense, but it was like, here's your read, here's your check down. Here's your read, here's your check down. Like, Roll out to the right, here's your 2 receivers. If you're sitting in the pocket, here's your 3 receivers. If Freddie Kitchens called a draw play on 4th and 8.
Uh-huh.
Like, fuck you, Freddie Kitchens. Like, so almost all their problems I'm chalking up to management, because my team's the best team in the league, and everybody on that team is going to win MVP the same year. It's going to be the first year that they have 5 MVPs in one season, because they don't know who to give it to, because the Browns are so fucking good. We're going 16-0. We're going to win a Super Bowl.
Man, just imagine if Bill Belichick had never left the Browns.
Shut up. Just imagine if the Browns never left Cleveland to begin with. That was my Super Bowl. 2000 Ravens, my Super Bowl. Get fucked, give it back. Ray Lewis should have retired as a Brown. God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm done.
All right. You want to talk about some Bills stuff for a little bit, and then we'll wrap?
Tell me about the Bills. What's going on with the Bills?
I want to talk about arguably in one of the deepest wide receiver classes we've ever seen in the NFL. The Bills, with their number 1 pick, selected Stephon Diggs from the Minnesota Vikings.
That's a good way to look at it.
Let me tell you.
You're not excited about Stephon.
Let me tell you how we've probably got a top 3, if not the best, combined wide receiver room in the NFL right now.
All right, run it down. Give me some names.
We got, again, at the top, a true number 1 wide receiver in Stephon Diggs. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
At the now Y position, not having to play the number 1 role, while still having a 1,000-yard season last year, we got John Brown.
Oh, yeah.
John Smoke Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Who will still absolutely burn you and is apparently one of the cleanest route runners, or one of the cleanest setup artists in the NFL. And that's according to Tre'Davious White, who, himself is a pretty good fucking corner.
Yeah.
And then in the slot, we've got Cole Beasley, who will wrap you up tighter than his own wraps. All right.
So what you're saying is, on paper,
they're incredible, and they're starting to actually work out together already.
Nice.
So
but who's throwing to him, RJ?
Huh? That'd be Josh Allen. He's all right.
Yeah, he's all right.
Got to work on that deep ball a little bit still, but he's all right.
Yeah.
I think when Stephon Diggs gives him 4 yards of separation deep, he'll connect a little bit more often.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like Stephon is also a receiver that can run under the ball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's fast. He's a fast boy.
He's fast, and he can. I mean, shit. Can you think of the slant patterns we can run with Beasley Brown and fucking Stephon Diggs?
Mm-hmm. That's what I was excited about last year with the fucking Browns, and they ruined it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But they're all going to be a problem, and then you got Dawson Knox going into his second year, who will just that man will just throw you to the ground. I've
seen it.
He does not care.
I've seen it. He runs angry.
He runs angry. He won the angry. He won Monday Morning or Football's on the NFL Network's Angry Run crown.
Oh, the Good Morning Football.
Good Morning Football. That's it. Shit,
Yeah,
what the fuck am I talking about?
They're
on every day of the week.
Yeah, I didn't know they had a Angry Run crown. That's funny.
Oh yeah, you should go look that up because
I'm gonna.
Yeah, he's just he does some disrespectful shit. It's like, those are Dawson, my man. You're a rookie. Those are grown men. And he's like, yeah, I don't care.
Don't give a fuck.
So, I mean, I think we could see Josh Allen with his first proper above 60% completion season. I think he could continue to grow, and I think they've really done a good job of building a team around Josh and properly giving him weapons, because his first year we had Zay Jones.
And that was pretty much it.
And then crickets, yeah. And then his second year we got Cole Beasley and John Brown. And he saw a significant jump. Well, and Dawson Knox and Devin Singletary as rookies. And then this year, now we have Stephon Diggs and those guys going into their second years. And I'm excited. I'm excited about this Bills offense. We already know the defense is good. We already know the defense was second in the league only to the Patriots in points allowed. And
yeah, that secondary is scary, and there's some fucking bangers in that front seven.
Yeah. And we got lucky, and AJ Epinesa, who was debatably going to be the Bills' first-round pick anyways, fell all the way to us at 54. Or
Can't argue with
56
that.
or whatever we drafted him at. Yeah. It's like, no idea how that happened. It's like 2 years in a row where it's like, okay, Ed Oliver slipped to us, and then AJ Epinesa slipped to us. And the line is stout. Like, and meanwhile, we had fill-ins from, again, unsurprisingly, more former Carolina Panthers players, but, dudes that were perennial 9.5, 10 sacks a season guys.
Yeah. Is Gettleman still your guys' GM?
No, Brandon Beane.
No.
Gettleman's
Brandon
the Giants.
Beane, yeah, Gettleman's the Giants. Right. That crazy fuck.
Yeah. And with Jadeveon Clowney still on the market, I say we cut, not Trent Edwards, who am I thinking of? Trent Murphy's final season, because that would save us $8 million. And just sign Jadeveon Clowney for a year, and then we go to the Super Bowl.
Sounds like a plan to me. That's something that... I don't mean to get off topic, but that's something that also baffles me. Like,
what's that?
Fucking that Jadeveon Clowney
is still not on the team.
Is still a fucking free agent.
Yeah, it's because he's going to the Patriots for $1 million.
Yeah, like, he's not the best defensive end on the face of the earth.
He doesn't.
But he is certainly starter quality. Sign him to a football team.
Oh,
Fucking, like, his make it or break it deal with Seattle last year. Like, he had, solid numbers. He wasn't a sack machine like he was in Houston 2 years prior, but he had 4 forced fumbles, some tackles for a loss. Like, he was out there, he was balling. He was injured, he was a little banged up, but like, the dude's he's only played in the league for like 6 years. He's got some gas in the tank.
Oh yeah.
Fucking somebody sign that man.
And it should
Cleveland.
be Buffalo. No, fuck you.
Yeah, we got Olivier. We don't need him. But that's another one of those, like, free agents this year that's just like, why?
Just saying, Jerry Hughes, Ed Oliver, Star Latulilae, Jadeveon Clowney.
That would be terrifying.
Like, fuck your front five. Here's our front four.
Yeah.
With Tremaine Edmonds, Matt Milano, and somebody else playing the second line.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably either Levi Wallace or Josh Norman, with Tre'Davious White on the other side, and Poyer and Hyde playing safety.
Yeah, that defense is very scary.
Yeah.
This is the first year that I'm actually concerned about our defense. Secondary still looks okay. We got Greedy, we got fucking Denzel Ward.
Yeah.
Safety positions weak because we lost. I want Jordan Poyer back, but that's fine.
No, you can't have him. He's ours now.
But literally, I don't know.
And we actually finally paid him.
Sure. But, like, I know most of the secondary. I know the defensive front very well. This is the first season where the Browns are going in, and I have no idea who any of these fucking linebackers are. Because, Joe Schobert, we didn't want to pay him. He's in Jacksonville now. Christian Kirksey got cut because he couldn't stay healthy. We got fucking Mack that we drafted from Alabama, who did okay, but he didn't get a lot of play time. But now he's being elevated into a starting position. And it's a bunch of people that I don't fucking know. So it's like, I'm just, I don't know what's going to happen. I think Cleveland drafted very well. We got who I wanted for the offensive line with Jedrick Wills, and we finally figured out his contract. That dude can be the next Joe Thomas. Like, he's that good of a tackle.
Wow, that's high praise.
Yeah, and that came from the man.
That came from Joe Thomas?
That came from Joe Thomas.
Well, there's something.
Yeah, so Yeah, if Joe Thomas says you can be the next me, I gotta believe him. I gotta take what he says at face value. It was funny as shit. There's actually a video on Twitter that Joe Thomas posted of like right after Jedrick Wills got drafted, because that was Joe Thomas's pick, was get Jedrick Wills. Right after he was drafted, he like was freaking out on Twitter. We're going to the Super Bowl, and I was just like, bro, it's a tackle, like. But that's, offensive linemen like to see other offensive linemen.
I was gonna say that's just Joe Thomas's mentality at that point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I love Joe Thomas to death. I'm still excited. I got to watch somebody that's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I got to grow up with him playing for my Brownies, and he's a class act. But the rest of the draft, we picked up a safety in the second round. We got Grant Delpit from LSU, which everybody seems to be pretty high on. I don't watch enough LSU football to know. We got a defensive tackle in the third round. We went defense heavy, minus offensive line, but we went in the first round. But like after that, we kind of went defense heavy, and I think that's part of I see that as more of an issue, like, because to me it's not adding depth. Like, these are positions we need, and we're drafting need positions in the 4th and 5th round. I don't know how much value we're going to get out of that. It's gonna be I think our defense is going to have some hard sledding this year. If the offensive line or if the defensive line can't contain the run game, then their defense is going to have their way with us, because our offense is going to have their way with us because we don't have a second level that I'm aware of.
Right.
I don't know who these people are.
And but all we did was draft Utah's all-time leading rusher in the 3rd round.
Yeah, no big deal.
No big deal.
We got our draft steal. We got our draft steal the year prior with Nick Chubb. I'm still baffled, and this is Nick Chubb. We said this last time we talked about football together, when in the episode that will never be aired. When we were talking about the value of running backs,
right?
Because Le'Veon Bell was still looking for a contract, and I said, rushers like Nick Chubb and stuff like that are exactly why you don't pay running backs, because Nick Chubb is on his 2nd season. He's already broken 3 or 4 franchise records for the Cleveland Browns. We picked him up in the 2nd round in a, some would argue, a pretty deep running back class, because he got drafted the same year as Saquon. But you can find ridiculous value at the running back position in the draft almost every year. You got Alvin Kamara, you got fucking Kareem Hunt, you got Nick Chubb, you got all these dudes that were picked up in the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th round, and then they just go out and ball. It's the most translatable position from college ball to pro ball. Find the hole, hit the hole, and run.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys get value out of a school leading rusher in whatever round you picked them up at, like, that's just more proof why you don't fucking pay these dudes. Like, you're
unfortunately, but yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but like your transcendent running backs, like Zeke is probably going to be one of those dudes. He got fucking paid. I get paying Zeke. Like, Zeke is the cornerstone of that offense.
Right.
But like if you have, like, look at Kansas City. Like, if you have a quarterback like if you have a receiving core and a quarterback like that, you're not paying the running back. You're getting value at the running back position. Because that's not the primary essence of that offense. You just need somebody that's consistently rushing for 1,000 yards a year, or that can catch a fucking missile thrown by Pat Mahomes,
or Josh Allen.
Also throws missiles. Shit's on a rope.
Sorry, I'm looking at Madden rookie ratings.
Oh, are those out?
For some players, they gave Henry Ruggs a 98 speed, 97 acceleration, so...
Nice. Jake Fromm. I didn't know you guys drafted Jake Fromm.
We sure did. Jake Fromm, State Farm.
Mm-hmm. What are y'all going to do with him?
Fucking have him teach Josh Allen how to play quarterback.
Josh Allen, I know you got like this wicked like rocket monster arm thing going on, but this is how you throw the ball.
Yeah. This is how you read a defense.
Yeah. Fucking. You know, I'm actually surprised Jake Fromm went so late.
Did you hear about his elite whites comment, though?
No, I didn't.
He said they should make guns so expensive that only elite whites should be able to afford them. Yeah.
You can't say that.
Nope.
You can't say that.
So, I'm pretty sure Trey White wanted him cut already.
Yeah, no shit. He further wrote that he was not an elite white person.
Yeah. Also, it's one of these things where it's like Josh Allen had some stuff where he was quoting rap songs and saying the N-word, but he was like 16.
Yeah.
These texts that from Jake Fromm were from like
Last
2019.
Year. Yep.
So it's like, yo, that's not old business, cuz.
Yeah. I mean, you could just go full on, like, full send and just get a 3%er tattoo.
Yeah, seriously. Fun random stat. They gave CeeDee Lamb 48 kick power.
Hell yeah. I wonder if he ever kicked a ball when he was in college. That's normally how that shit happens. Like, it was fun as shit, like in Madden 17 or Madden 18, playing as Terrell Pryor because he still had all of his QB stats as well as his receiving stats, so you could play him out of position.
Nice.
He got a golden ticket in Ultimate Team that year as an out-of-position quarterback. NFLPA President J.C. Treader, that's my dude, at odds with league over coronavirus plan. What's going on with this?
I don't know. Tell me more about it. We can stretch this shit.
Yeah, so evidently, the NFLPA escalated a disagreement on Tuesday with the NFL over the terms of training camp and preseason amid the coronavirus pandemic, writing in his blog that the league is unwilling to prioritize player safety and believes that the virus will bend to football. Wow, that's
no.
That's it. That's an accusation. So evidently the NFLPA thinks that the NFL is mismanaging training camp. Huh, interesting. So the Joint Task Force agreed to a 48-day training camp without preseason games, which is fine. I think they should have cut the preseason out fucking forever ago.
So do most players, apparently.
Yeah, well, people get hurt.
Or you play like 2 preseason games.
Yeah, like fucking when Cam Newton was trying to make his comeback season last year, you know, he aggravated his foot injury in preseason and then sat forever. Like, preseason sucks. I don't want to watch. Like, I like preseason. I like 1 or 2 games, but don't let your starters play. Like, get the rooks out there and get your second and third teams out there to give them some fucking play time so you know who you need to cut kind of thing.
Right.
But, like, your starters shouldn't be playing preseason. Like, they should be practicing the way they're playing. They should be fine. They should be ready to go. Day 1, week 1, let's go out and get some dubs. But evidently they feel like the policy is prioritizing normalcy over innovation. So custom over science or even football over health. Ooh. So this shit's gonna get messy. We'll keep you posted. This article is largely just J.C. Treader bitching about it and ESPN going, "Hey, this is a thing that happened."
Mm-hmm.
So no concrete information, but I'll get to the bottom of it. In the meantime, how about we wrap this shit up?
So, if you're back with us, we appreciate you listening. If you never left, neither did we. There definitely wasn't a 2-year break.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I just went to the gas station to buy cigarettes.
I just went out for a carton of milk. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's all it was.
But hey, we appreciate you listening. And this has been the Fourth and Wrong podcast. Say goodbye, Keith.
Bye, Keith.
wonder if I can still intro like I used to.
You could do it.
You could do it.
You could do it.
Big dick intro energy.
Yeah, big dick intro energy. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey!
Nope.
Nah, dog, that ain't it.
That ain't it. Hey! Shit. Hey! No.
No.
Hey! No.
Hey.
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 Hey. Okay.
Hey?
Hey? 3, 2, 1, go.
God damn it. I can't. Can't operate
Shake
under
it
this
out.
pressure.
Shake it out. Shake it out.
Shake it off. Shake it off. Oh.